Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I see us on the screen. You want to log in real quick and check and see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I see us on the screen. You want to log in real quick and check and see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I see us on the screen. You want to log in real quick and check and see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I see us on the screen. You want to log in real quick and check and see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, there's you.
Yeah, with the music.
It's just repeating. Hold on a second. Let me. Yeah, it's just repeating.
Checking, folks. The marvels of technology.
There we go.
There. Now we're back. Okay. Yay! So apparently, if I have Twitch up on this screen, it plays the audio that it's going through at that time. Over the... Yeah. I don't know. I did too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for those of you who tune in. For those of you who watch later, hi. We are running our Avernus game tonight, which is a ongoing 5e campaign that we're running. Running the Avernus book for... what I guess is still the current season for D&D 5e. We have a lot of upgrades, thankfully, thank the Lord. We have a new computer, which is doing much better and can show all the cameras we need. We have a goblin, which we've appropriated. And we have a lot of stuff going on that we're basically making changes to. Trying to get the website going, still looking at that as a long-term solution to stuff that is hopefully going to happen soon. There is swag and there is a store, but the biggest problem is that store is not operational because our webs team has not gotten our website up and working. So we're going to be working on getting that situated hopefully very, very soon. Other than that, we are waiting for pizza, so there will be a break momentarily, shortly, and I apologize for that. But we are going to be getting into our second session of Avernus. Last session we went through and we went to the inn looking for Tarina, I do believe her name was.
Yes, when we knew her as at that moment.
Who had you had been told had information on the locations of the operatives of the three death god, the not three death doors,
followers of
the three deaths,
the followers of the dead three.
The dead three, yes, followers of the dead three. The followers of the dead three being Baal, Bane, and Merkul, who are basically different aspects. Merkul is the god of death, Baal is the god of murder, and Bane... Baal is the god of just... No, Bane's the god of... Bane's the god of murder, Merkul is the god of death, and Baal is some other aspect of death, like assassination or something.
Like that.
Yeah, well, Bane's...
I thought he was specifically murder.
I think one of them is specifically assassination, and the other one's just manslaughter, wholesale slaughter. Yeah. And then Merkul is just an overall god of death.
Yeah.
Ooh?
Avernus.
Avernus. Oh, Avernus. Avernus.
Good job, Brett.
I always try and go N-O-U-S.
Avernus.
Avernus. So, yes, you were in there, and Tarina, as she was known to you at the time, was staying at the Elsong Inn, and you guys were sitting there and kind of stalling and waiting for spending some time waiting because she was holed up in an inn above the in a room above the inn itself. Someone was going up to get her, and while you guys were downstairs, you basically heard the namesake of the inn singing, and that is a ghost of an elven maid who occasionally sings in the inn. Normally, she sings the same song over and over again. No way.
Right there.
Would you get it, Michael?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I called that.
Is there soda? Can I have one?
There is root beer. There is a 2 liter of Coke, and I think there is some Cokes, and there is Coke Zero.
Is there Sprite?
No, I didn't know you. You can have root beer. The beer of rootiness.
Root beer.
Root beer, please. Thank you very much, Michael. And so, you guys cut a deal with her once you got an audience. She basically told you there were some people looking for her. And she needed them to be put off the scent in any way you deemed suitable, but she wasn't going to bail you out of jail. So, she basically said, whatever, if you guys do this favor for me, I will provide you information on the location of the Followers of the Dead 3, because she said she knew exactly where it was, and her contention was it was going to be very dangerous for her to give you that information, because there would be basically no way other than her that you could have gotten that information from them. So she was basically saying she was going to put herself in jeopardy for you, so you're going to have to do something equally as jeopardizing for her. You guys then found the culprits that she was referring to, a group of obvious sailors who eventually turned out to be pirates. Apparently, they claimed that she had betrayed the crew, and they also stated that she was a member of the crew, and that she was basically on the run from them. They were members of a crew of the ship called the Uncivil Serpent, and they were coming to take her back to face justice. Pirate justice, but justice nonetheless. So you guys ended up getting into a massive brawl in the streets in front of the inn.
I mean, we tried to not.
Did try to not.
Totally did.
There was an attempt.
There was an attempt at peaceful negotiations.
I tried.
And then it didn't work. It's our race.
It did not work. It was not a completely one-sided fight. There was a little bit of desperation. You got, I think, pretty beat up.
I don't remember. I know I got hit a few times. I don't know how beat up I got. I don't.
Well, you were raging at the time, so.
Yeah. All I know is they shot first.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, we didn't get beat up too bad. It just was like it was a long fight.
Yeah.
Spellcasters were starting to get real low on resources.
So you guys took care of the problem. You went and told her about it. She told you, yes, this will do. You've done your part. Here's the information you need. And if you need to find me again, my name is going to be Rose, and I'm going to be moving to a totally different place.
The Golden Pond.
The Golden Pond. And so you guys took the information, and we wrapped things up for that night. But I don't know if we ever discussed were you guys going to try and take a long rest.
I believe we did because I'm at full health.
Yeah, I'm at full health as well, so
Same.
I'm assuming we did.
And
Gotcha.
I have all
We didn't
my,
flinch 2 in the morning.
I
Go
don't have
to
any hit points or anything used. So.
I have my spell slots.
And remember, you guys are being contracted to do this by the Flaming Fist, who is
Captain Zodge.
Captain Zodge of the Flaming Fist, who is the actual law enforcement.
The one that has the floating head in the box.
Yes, that yelled at him. So you guys have not reported back into Zodge yet.
Okay.
Oh, no, you did.
The next morning.
You said you had you did go back and talk to Zodge real quick, because you went back to the inn where you were supposed to be staying, and Zodge is putting you up in, and you reported to him. You said you had a lead on the actual cults, and I don't know if you told him where you were going though.
No idea.
I honestly, it's been a month. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think you did actually.
Probably not.
So,
I don't
yeah,
remember.
you just told him you had a lead on it. You're going to be following up on it, and so he basically was like, "Fine, just get it taken care of." And he sent you back out, or he's let you guys crashed out at the inn, got a night's rest, and you're going to head to the bathhouse the next day.
Yeah.
All right.
That I know.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
So, is anyone going to try and do anything else before you head to the bathhouse?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm all mage armored up. I'm good.
Have you spent?
Do
Huh?
you need to know like what infusions I have set for Artificer?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got +1 on my armor.
Mhm.
I got a wand of secrets set.
Unless one secret too.
It gives me. It's got 3 charges. 1 charge uses 30 feet around me. I know any sort of secret doors or traps.
Okay. And and that's just auto.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
As long as I have something that fits it, so I'm using a wand foci to
Got it. Now you have to have that out and in hand for it to operate, correct? It doesn't like notify you if it's in your pocket.
No, yeah, I have to use a charge and use it.
And what's the range on the
30 feet.
30 feet. All right. So basically, the morning comes. Because you're going to a bathhouse, it is technically open 24 hours a day. The reason for that is it provides a couple of different services. It does provide the traditional services of a bathhouse. A lot of people in town do not have running water, do not have plumbing inside their house, so they have to go somewhere else to take baths. And in a large metropolitan city like that the bathhouse functions serves that function. It is also a source in the evenings of a kind of a little pleasure palace. A lot of prostitutes or sex workers come to this place in order to ply their trade and find customers for the evening, and it goes all the way to the point where they'll go in and they'll actually bathe their customers and everything like that. So it works on two things. But this time of the day, it is just regular people coming in and using the services of the bathhouse itself. Okay, so you guys head down to the bathhouse. The bathhouse is a one-story stucco building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles. 10-foot tall walls enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building. The closed window wooden doors to the courtyard are engraved with images of smiling nymphs dancing and frolicking in the water. And if you remember, she described that scene to you guys. Yeah. The bathhouse itself is very well maintained. The area there's not much area around it because it's inside the city, but the walls are scrubbed clean of any graffiti or anything like that every day. The gates are closed, but if you test them, they are not locked. You can see the gates on the front of the little wall there in the middle. Yes, and that's the courtyard outside of it. You see how big the courtyard is, and each one of those little circles, each of those circles, that's a little bench around like a well. The green things are bushes. Okay. And the little slats, the ones you're coming through, that's actually I don't think that's the door. I think that's a bench.
I think this is the door over here.
That's the door. That's the door there. Yeah, that's a bench right there. Okay, so
let you two go before me.
Yeah.
Because y'all are big and I'm
right.
tiny.
And so there's the double doors over there. So so you had to come into those doors, and as you come in, there is the benches, the circular bench in one it grows with bushes, and the right hand side is a bench in a corner. There is people. It's kind of a slow period, but there are people who are walking around. There are people who are kind of just either coming or going. There's not a lot of people lingering in the area. There are people there who are obviously working. They're either telling people it's ready or it's not, or you'll be a few more minutes and stuff like that. As you go in and around the courtyard, and you come over to this little entryway over here where the double doors are. Yes, that's a way in. To the left, right, and directly ahead, those are large baths. They're communal baths. They're made for like 3 or 4 people to sit in. They're a raised like stone bath that's set over a kiln-like area underneath it that heats the water. Okay, so that's all around there. There is a central opening in the roof that lets the smoke come out from all the fires that heat the baths. And there are 2 private bathrooms to the left and to the right there. Those are rentable for a higher fee. It's like 3 copper to use the central baths. And the water is changed out regularly, but it's not changed out after every single customer, but it's changed out regularly. And a lot of people actually just come in here and soak for a while because it's heated and it's really nice and comfortable. So you come in, and one of the employees comes walking up, and he's like, how can I help you? Would you like to partake of the facilities? He says, 3 copper for the general, and we have 1 private room if you would like to go as a group. We have 1 private room that could accommodate all of you. It's 2 gold for 1 hour.
Are we looking for someone?
Before we walk in, can we talk really quick?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I may have rushed you a little bit. I apologize.
Okay.
A little bit.
Are we just planting Zim Hop in as if he was with the group the whole time, or what are we doing?
Yes, that we're gonna kind of like just do a little bit of a hand wave.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious.
Because Michael just decided to change characters this afternoon. So
Okay, just curious. So we're going to in here to find the secret
information.
door.
Yeah, there's supposed to be. There's suspected to be some kind of secret
door that
entrance
leads
or
to the
something.
dungeon.
Yes.
So we need to find a secret door that leads in. How should we go about finding the secret door?
I have something. Hold on.
Have you not heard
This
this
is
voice
going
before?
through his coat
Yeah.
and pulls out the wand and taps on his head. We'll find it.
With a wand.
With the stick, yes.
Right, well, don't be so obvious. Don't be too obvious.
Did you see what I'm wearing? Don't be obvious.
Well, don't go waving it around.
That's the best way to go into. Just wave it like
Then
this.
we'll get kicked out and we won't find the dungeon door.
Wouldn't it be best to pretend that we're customers?
I think that is the best approach.
Maybe
Start there.
private room. That way you can wave the stick around, nobody notices.
Do we know which room the dungeon is
We
supposed to
have
be hidden in?
no idea.
Do you need line of sight for it to work, or does this tell you the general location and like?
I believe it tells me the location.
Baby, you want some pizza?
Yes, I do, sweetheart.
What kind do you want?
No, actually, I'm good.
I'll get you pizza if you want
A
cheese.
root beer would be awesome.
Root beer, you got it.
The one pulses and points to the nearest thing.
Oh, so you don't need line of sight though.
No.
Okay, so it's just anything within 30 feet that's a secret door
Yeah,
concealed.
it'll just like.
All right.
Was there another box in there? I couldn't tell. Okay.
There's no more. There's no more root beer, love.
Oh,
Are they in the- Okay.
Let's take a few moments. The pizza just got here.
Sorry.
And no, it's okay. We're sorry, everybody. The pizza did just got here. We're supposed to take longer than that. So we will be back in, let's say, 15 minutes. Sorry.
because she was trying to see if like
Thank you all. so much. We apologize for the late supper. So you guys are kind of discussing what you're going to be doing outside of the inn now.
Also the bath.
Yeah, outside the bath, the inn. So you guys are looking at this, and Zimpop has... Oh, because it's been a month. Let's go over and real quick and go over who everyone is playing. So, we'll start on my left. You're the goblin, sweet.
I'm playing Maeve. She is a Scourge Asmar Zealot Barbarian.
My character ready.
So, and she's the follower of Tempest, God of War.
Mhm.
I thought I had that open because I couldn't remember. Anything else?
What does she look like?
Anything-
We
yeah.
didn't get to describe descriptions last game.
Okay. Tall, ish. Ish.
Ish.
Well, 5'11",
Oh, okay.
so
What's it ish?
tallish. I'm picturing barbarians. I'm picturing kind of built like a brick shit house. She's got long black hair that she usually keeps like pulled back and out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Notable features: she does have silver eyes because of the Asmar lineage.
Yeah. And does she have anything, like, does she have silvery hair as well, or
No,
anything like
it's
that?
black hair.
Gotcha.
It's the eyes are silver. She most of the time realistically just passes as human.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think that's about it. The picture I have of her has some like tribal markings on her face, but I haven't decided what exactly those are yet and the significance of those.
Yeah, whether they actually do anything or whether they're
Just
decorative that she
Yeah.
has in place.
yeah.
Got it. All right,
Drop something.
Rachel.
I'm Rachel, and I'm playing Nim, which is short for Nimbus. She is an Air Jossi, monk of the Drunken Fist. She is, I don't know if I put it right in there. Did I put it right in here? Ah, I did. She's 5'7", so like average height, but her skin is blue, her eyes are blue, her hair is blue. All different shades of blue. So like that beautiful blue sky when there's no clouds, the different shades from like light to dark.
That is her.
That's her. So her hair is like the lighter blue, her skin is like that bright blue, and then her eyes, I think, kind of like depending on the light, you change it.
Lighting and mood.
Yeah. And yeah, she is a follower of Akadi. And yeah, that's Nim.
Michael.
Michael. I'm playing Zimpop, a gnomish artificer artillerist.
Zimpop is the original member of AA.
Short gnomish features, sort of a short black hair that's slicked back, wears a large purple top hat. His clothes is definitely best described as like Jack Nicholson's Joker, like that suit that he wore. That is
The purple and yellow with the... Oh, wow.
That's why he's like, look at how I'm dressed. I stand out.
His suit that Pop is wearing.
I get a very Willy Wonka vibe off of him.
Walks down the path with the cane, and then does the forward flip.
Do you have
And-
a height for Simplot?
Yeah, what?
Height.
Oh, it can be anywhere from like a little under 3 foot to a little almost 4. He's a gnome.
3.5 feet tall.
There you go. So
Split the difference.
I can eat a halfling, but I don't think Zimbabwe will let me come close enough to try to eat him.
Jessica.
I am playing Colin Quickstep. I am not quite that bright. I'm wearing a, I don't know, I guess dark gray cloak. It's got a hood. It's covering my head. I'm a halfling, and they are how tall?
Anywhere from as little as 2.5 feet up to like 3.5, maybe close to 4.
I'm gonna be 2.
2 feet. Oh,
So I'm gonna go 2'2".
2'2".
Yes.
Yeah. Don't even come up to your knee.
God. You need to be careful. Someone might mistake you for a chihuahua.
Or a child.
That's how I get in all kinds of good places.
Okay. And so,
I'm
you're
me.
you're utilizing a big maul, right?
Yeah, it's
So you've basically got a giant stick with either a big piece of stone or a big piece of metal.
I mean, it's a +1 mall, so probably metal and
Yeah.
probably nicely
Yeah.
imbued.
It's nice. And how do you arm yourself? Quarterstaff?
And my fist.
And it's a rage. And Zimpop doesn't really carry anything visible,
The
does
only thing
he?
you actually see is a crossbow that's on his back.
Oh, he's the crossbow?
He's got a
Alright.
crossbow on his back.
And do you even carry weapons? Yeah, I think you have daggers, right? You have a couple of
I
daggers.
have-
Oh, did you have that crossbow?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have a light crossbow. I have Wand of the War Mage. So.
But that's something you kind of keep. You're not always brandishing your wand.
No, I'm not. I'm probably like hardly ever brandish. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
brandish that.
Brandishing the wand means things have gone bad.
It does.
All
But
right.
yeah, I have a crossbow. I have daggers. I have a small knife, and most of the time I will play small child because nobody ever expects small child.
To stab them.
Yeah. I keep little darts inside of my cloak because my darts has my darts as pockets. My darts.
You cloak that pocket.
That's awesome.
And my darts have pockets. It's where I keep the poison.
Talk to me after this. Talk to me.
My cloak has pockets, and I keep my darts in my pockets.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, you guys are standing outside of the bathhouse. You kind of, not really directly outside the bathhouse. You're kind of down the street, casing it for the most part. So you guys are going to go in as paying customers. You're going to rent one of the private rooms. And you're going to basically, then Zimpop, I guess, is when they get in there, you're going to get the wand out and try and find the items. Or the secret door.
Hopefully secret access.
All right. So, Zimpop, you guys go walk in the bathhouse. Once again,
Yeah.
it's early-ish to late-ish morning, so there's not a bunch of customers there. And everyone who's there seems to be taking their time, not in a rush. The employees, one of the employees comes up and greets you and says, we have one bathroom in the common area, one bath in the common area ready. She says, it'll be 3 copper per person for that. Or if you wish, we do have one private room available for rent. It's going to be about 10 minutes before it's ready. She says, but that will be 2 gold for the group, and you may have it for as long as you like.
Might we look around at it before we decide?
Absolutely, it'll be a few minutes either way. So,
Perfect. Go ahead and I believe we will take a night. Let's look around first and then we'll for sure let you know as to what we decide. Does that sound good?
she's like, well, we were preparing the private room either way, but it is first come first serve. If you want to reserve it, we'll require half up front.
Here's gold.
And she takes the gold. She's like, in that case, we will start preparing it now. And 10 minutes. Enjoy the. There's mulled wine. She says there is a small. And she says there's a plate with cheeses and fruits. And she says, enjoy yourself. And she says, the bath will be ready shortly. And she goes,
What was your name, darling?
Marish.
Marish. Beautiful. Nice to meet you.
And she says she goes walking off, and she's like, she starts snapping, and 2 people run over. But she's like, she points in the door. You see them, they go in, and it looks like they already opened the tub, empty the tub, and everything like that. They start stoking the fire underneath it, and then the door closes. But you can see they're getting that room ready. And it's this room on the north corner of the building.
Shall we
Yeah.
meander and
So is this the way to stick around, or?
let's not do it quite so brandishing large. Just quietly, darling.
I tap it against my top hat and I use a charge and activate it.
Where are you standing when you activate it?
So we walked in, the doors here.
And they greeted you right at the doors where you came in. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start walking along this way.
There's really not a lot to see inside here.
Yeah.
The most of the entertainment area is outside in the courtyard. That's where all the benches are and the everything like that. Only thing really in here is there's like that small area that she showed you. It has like wine on one bench, and there's like little snack food on the other bench.
We just want to meander around and see if anything triggers. Because it's a 30-foot. No, is it 30 feet, so like 15 and 15, or is it 30 foot?
It's 30 feet. Like,
Radius?
Yeah, radius.
Okay.
If it's radius, then it's a 60 foot. It covers the entire area.
Are these windows? Just
Looking out over the courtyard.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. The moment you trigger it, it is pulling you directly towards the room you're supposed to be going to.
I just let it guide me to the doorway just to double check.
Yep.
Well, it's right in there. And I put the
Perfect. Well, let's say, how long is it active for?
10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So she's cutting's a little short, but it should be fine. Hopefully they'll be a little speedy with our room, and we can get in there and find it specifically.
I've got 2 more trousers with me, it's just saying.
Okay.
Yes. Not a one and done thing.
She's gonna grab a glass of wine.
Okay. You grab a glass of wine.
What kind of cheese is there?
It's actually selection cheese. It's
Size.
well,
My aunt calls
it's the
me
equivalent of what we would
people
do when we go to HEB and get a cheese plate.
Yeah.
It's American, Swiss, and probably cheddar or something like that.
Colby
Nothing's
Jack.
nothing super exotic.
No good.
It's common cheeses. They're not laying out the good stuff for
Just anybody.
just anybody. This is just common stuff, and the not vegetables, but the fruits they laid out. It would be what we consider common fruits, like slices of apple, slices
Grapes.
of orange, pear, cheap stuff they can afford to put out for everyone to come and snack on. And it's just like an added feature. You're paying $3 to take a bath, but you're also going to get a little snack.
Yeah.
It's not and a glass of wine. So it's not like they're trying to put out a huge
It's
spread.
not the Ritz.
Yeah, and it's also the whole it's considered gauche to like sit there and try and eat an entire plate. You know what I mean? You're supposed to get a little bit.
Finger food.
Yeah, it's finger food. You're supposed to you grab a piece, you wander around, you have a conversation, you sit down and relax for a few minutes, and then you maybe grab another piece as you walk in. But that's basically just about it. So you guys are sitting there, and one of the things that as you're walking around, you go get a glass of wine.
Yes.
You see a man sitting there. He's also in the walks up, and he's picking up his sleeve, slice of cheese up, and he's kind of just looking in the room. He is huge. He is like 6'6". He has 4.5 foot wide shoulders. He is just meat on top of meat, and he doesn't look like he's out of shape. And he's kind of looking around the room. He's bald. He's got a very large nose that looks like it's been broken multiple times. He has got like a very stern set to his gaze, but he's kind of looking around. And as you walk up, he kind of raises an eyebrow and he says, and it's like this low growl. He's like, "You're a unique one."
Yes, I am, aren't I?
He's like, "What brings you out today? It's an odd time."
How so?
He
Is
says,
there a specific time that everybody's supposed to like to bathe?
"Well, adventurers don't normally get up before noon."
Well, I'm not most adventurous.
He's like, "But you are an adventurer."
Perhaps. I mean, who doesn't like an adventure?
Well, people who don't have to anymore.
Well,
He
those are
says,
the unlucky ones.
"What brings you?" And he kind of looks around. He's like, "And your odd little group to this establishment."
My friends and I are simply here to relax and enjoy ourselves before taking some jobs and working for the rest of the week.
It's like, oh.
Reasonable, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of jobs, who are you working for?
How do you know? Here and there. This person, that person.
I'm always interested in looking and picking up new talent.
And what do you do, sir?
Little of this, little of that.
Sounds familiar.
Mhm.
What is your name, by the way?
Melkoth.
So you want to spell that for me?
Yes. Oh, sorry, not Melkoth. Mortlock. Mortlock. And he says Van Thampur. VANTHAMPUR.
We'll just call him Thumper for short.
That looks like a very appropriate name for this size of guy. He says, it's interesting to see someone that is as
Blue.
yes, as not. This city does not take to differences very well.
Yes, well,
He's like, and to see someone of your obvious difference in association with so many others of obvious differences, it almost seems like you're trying to draw attention to yourselves.
I wouldn't say that, but, you know, I tend to like unique sorts of people. They're far more interesting.
He's like, interesting is always. It's an acquired taste for
It
some.
is, and it's a taste that I happen to like.
He says, well, I hope you all enjoy the facilities.
But
And,
on our further conversation, what sort of jobs do you have?
Oh, well, those come up pretty much all the time. But it's the usual thing.
Mm-hmm.
I need something found. I need someone found. I need things retrieved. I need someone unfound permanently.
Ah, I understand. Who, do you work for yourself or do you work for...
We're a family business.
Ah, family business.
Right.
I
And
understand.
speaking of business, this has been lovely.
Is this where I can normally find you?
It's like, not normally.
So where can I normally find you if I happen to be looking for a job?
Just look for the Volenthamp estate.
The Von Thumper Estate.
Volenthamper estate. Yes. He says, and just tell them that you're looking for me. They'll understand.
Wonderful. Well, I do hope to be seeing you around then.
He's like, and he goes walking off, and he actually walks directly into the room that you guys are being prepared for you guys.
And doesn't come
Huh?
out. Doesn't come out.
It does not seem to.
In the next 10 minutes that we're gonna be going in.
Well, you probably went through the door.
Well, no, but I just think it's really funny. Like, it's supposed to be a secret entrance. Let's go in right in front of something and not come out.
Yeah. Okay. I sip my wine and
I kind of want to
walk back
take
to.
a bath after him.
Darling, I don't think he's going to take a bath.
Ew.
No, okay. We'll see in a moment. I'm
I
sure.
don't want to.
Okay. Oh. Wine, anybody? Would anybody like a glass of wine?
Just as an aside thought, fantasy era, right?
Yeah.
D&D-esque. Imagine how much of a horrible time halflings and gnomes have in public bathrooms.
Oh God.
She's only 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that tall.
Yeah, not even. Oh,
2 feet.
poor sweet baby. My condolences.
I've seen things.
So, you guys,
I get a glass of wine for everybody that wants.
Yeah.
Darling, would you like a glass of wine?
Move a tea closer to myself.
Ah, okay, well.
they do have spring water as well.
Water? Spring water?
We'll get to the bathwater. No.
That is fair.
Yeah.
Suit yourself.
All right. After a few minutes, the attendant comes up and she says, she says, everything's prepared.
Done early then.
And she says, yes. The management is said to take very special care of you all.
Oh, interesting. Lovely. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Much appreciated.
And so you said, open up the door. Inside the room is laid out. There is a huge tub, just like the ones in the main room, inside the center of the room. Around the room, what the heck was that?
So it's a mini box.
Ghosts.
Huh?
Little mini case that you gave.
Oh, it fell over?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so there's a huge tub in there. It's got like a couple of steps raised up going to it. Underneath the tub, there is a bunch of coals laid out that are keeping, and the tub is just a big stone basin. And it's on big clawed feet. There's coals underneath it. The water has got low steam coming off of it. There are a number of there's 2 attendants in the room. There is a little table off to one side that has a bunch of the same setup that you saw outside. Wines, cheeses. There's ale and mead. And inside the room, There is a couple of benches outside of the tub, and there is implements there, like there's a bucket with a back scratcher and everything like that. And there's what looks to be a standing shower head, and it looks like you basically bathe over here and then go to the tub to soak afterwards.
Right. Okay. You also.
And the attendants are like, "Does anyone?"
They're still
Yes, no, they haven't left. It's like, anyone requiring assistance? All the lady is still there with you. She's like, anyone requiring assistance? The attendants will be more than happy to help you with any type of bathing requirements you require. Anything from special soaps, incense we can provide.
No, thank you. Out, please. I'm gonna get naked, and I start pushing it.
She's like, there's more than just you here, sir. Though, if any of the ladies need special attention,
I didn't know I'm a lady.
if any of the people wish any special attention, we will be more than happy to attend anyone.
I think
I'm
we
good.
can assist each other just fine.
In that case, if you need anything, and she indicates right beside the door, there's a pull rope. She says, if anyone needs anything, pull the rope, and someone will come right in.
Beautiful, thank you, darling.
And she like kind of ushers the other attendant out, and they go below the door and close the door. And there's right on either side of the door, there's pegs for hanging clothes and everything like that.
Before we get naked, could you
No. Is this the point where I get to stick out?
yes.
So you get out and rub your wand. There you go. And you thought vampire would be bad, Britt.
Is there like a latch on these doors to like lock it from the
No,
inside?
there's not.
There's not? Okay.
There's not.
I just kind of like lean up against the door.
Okay. So the wand, it's still under the same effect. It pulls directly back to the south corner and the corner down here. Yeah, and then the wall, the outside wall.
So I will, go over to it.
There must. You can make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and investigate it.
Boop, 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 boop. Character sheets unlocking phones make things take longer.
I have these tools.
18.
18. There is a secret door here. It is triggered, and there's like literally a set of the pegs for hanging clothes over the area. All you have to do is you have to pull down on the right, because it's a set of 4 pegs. On the right peg, the peg second from the right, you pull down on that, and the door will open up.
Well, one of you tall ones, come over here and pull that for me.
Are we ready to go? Like, do we?
Why did you want to get naked first?
Now or later. Anyways.
And everybody prepped up. We're good to go. I don't know what's going to be on the other side of this.
Let's go. Pull it. Pull the lever.
I see the one on the right.
So you pull the lever?
Yeah.
All right. The door swings open. It actually swings back into the wall a little bit and swings away. As you come in, there is basically there's a hallway, dead ends and hallway outside the through the whole secret door. It's a 10-foot long hallway that then goes straight down to the south along this outside wall. And then as it goes along the outside wall, there is a staircase, very steep, going down. It goes on, within 10 feet, you're below the building. Okay, but the staircase goes down a good, how far is that? 30 feet down. But like I said, with a very steep gradient. So you go down probably about 30 feet underground.
Where on the?
Is it over there?
Right up there.
Oh, it's up here?
That's where it comes in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it was over there because it looked like there was a bathroom.
Yeah.
Do you want to move our minis?
What order do you want?
Yeah. What's your marching order?
Really
And-
tall people go first.
Boom.
There is no light. So who's gonna go?
I have dark vision.
Okay, I'll follow directly behind you.
Actually, tell you what, I'll go first. Put me in the front.
Okay. When you get down
Oh,
to the
right, please don't do that.
when you get down to the bottom of the staircase, as you get to the bottom of the staircase, this entire room has about, well, you can't really tell because you have dark vision on and not an actual light source, but there is water as far as you can see at the bottom of the staircase. It's lapping. It's like the last stair that goes in the room. There's water like right at the stairs.
Okay.
Dungeons and Skyrim is scary.
Does the wand
They
still
are.
have any juice left in it from the first try?
Yeah, it does.
Hey, no.
Is it?
I can't
Is it
see
full
in the
anywhere?
dark. Can I hold the end of your staff?
30-foot radius, right?
Yes.
I'll be in my coat.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. There's nothing. It's a hidden doors, right? It's a
hidden doors and traps.
So
there's no traps here. No.
are you holding Cora?
No, there's a
No,
Maeve.
a Maeve.
Maeve. Sorry. Are you holding Maeve?
I can see them. Right.
Now the corridors look like they're hewn from limestone. There's, like I said, no lights. The corridors are 5 foot wide. The room that you're coming into is about 9 feet high. Everything here looks to definitely have been made, so this is not a natural cavern source. But everything's hewn out of rough limestone and then not shored up. So it's like there's not a lot of. It was like this was done, but then never finished out.
Right.
So all the walls still have the nick marks from tools and everything like that.
Did you say how deep the water was?
No one stepped in.
Okay, I'm gonna take my staff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm behind.
Now that said, can
You can pass your staff forward and
Well,
let
I
him
was gonna
do
say
it.
also, can you guys share a space? Or
No.
you know that's her. Okay.
And halflings,
It's only it's
no
only
one can enter a halfling space. A halfling can only enter someone else's space.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
You can't. A halfling can
Okay.
share another space of someone else's by their choice only.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will still trample them.
You need a stick.
Use my staff to see how deep the water is.
About 2 feet, which means it's almost over her head.
Can you swim?
And when you pull the staff out, it's covered with gook and algae and slime and nastiness.
But you give it back to me.
Yeah, but I do like sniff it first.
Mildew and disgusting. This is
Stagnant
this
water.
is fetid, stagnant water.
Look with that one.
Oh, Simpa!
What? Put it in the water like you said.
So you have 60 feet of dark vision. So the cave itself is, you can see easily, 15 feet wide, 30, 40, 50 feet long, and there are 2 entrances going out of it. Both of them look about 5 feet wide.
I'm gonna drown.
Is there a boat in there?
Do you want to ride on my shoulder?
Yes.
Okay.
Master Blaster rules Barter Town. All right, so which way do you want to go? They're both to the south.
If I walk in that, is it considered difficult terrain for me?
It does not say that it's difficult terrain,
Okay.
so it is not. So basically, the bottom is not slimy and slippery.
Okay.
It's just
Trudging through.
it's just trudging through it. But it would be difficult terrain for her because of how short she is. For you, it's not really that bad.
Nope.
Okay.
Smoosh.
Yeah, it's almost no. You do 3 feet, right? Yeah.
3.5.
Oh, it would be difficult terrain for you just because of movement speed.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it goes, I forgot you're 3.5, so yeah, it's almost your chest. Huh?
I wouldn't have jumped in.
Do you want to ride on my shoulder? I can probably carry the both of you.
How tall are you tall?
5'11".
Okay, so no, sorry. 'Cause the ceiling's only 9 feet, but at 5'11", they're only gonna be at a maximum 2 foot higher than your head.
Not
So
even,
that's
yeah.
7 foot. Yeah, your top hat is insanely tall.
I'll put on your shoulders, that way we'll have 2 little people and 2 big people.
There you go.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Come on. Should I levitate you? Oh! I can just levitate you. You can levitate with this if you want.
How long does the levitate last? Is it like a single round, or does it last a decent amount of time?
10 minutes concentration.
How often do you get to use it?
So it's a racial feature.
Yeah.
Once a long rest. All
I
right.
can't imagine I'll need it for. Should I say it? Would you like to levitate across, or you can just get on my shoulder?
I'll just get on your shoulders.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So you got, like I said, there's 2 entrances to the south. Which way are you going? Oh, and you see that I put a blue line across the entrance?
Yes.
That's to indicate that it's full of water at 2 foot. So you will not leave the watered area until you cross another blue line.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of water. Fuck.
Let's start that way.
You want to go to the far one?
Yeah. Okay, so you're on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Halfling's on her shoulders.
Twin Zooms,
The
okay.
two of us.
You can see the.
So the moment you go,
Oh, shit, okay.
the moment you get into start getting like even a quarter of the way across the room, it's barely like the last few minutes of its charge left. There is another doorway that way. You don't know if it's going to last long enough for you to get over there, but there's one in that direction.
I'm sorry, which?
The way you're headed right now.
This away?
Yes.
Oh,
Through that arch, through that
Oh,
doorway.
through that doorway we're already going through. Okay. Okay, so we continue.
Yeah. What do I see as I'm going through this doorway?
In that room,
Since they're
as you walk in, the first thing that you'd notice was you walk into that room
Yeah.
is laying in the center of the room, face down, floating, is a bloated corpse.
Ew. Alright.
That's nasty. Poke him with the stick.
No.
Poke him with the stick.
I pull my quarterstaff out and just kind of like.
You poke it with the stick.
I'm not like. I'm just kind of like trying to like lift up to see if there's like anything left on him. Like,
Probably not.
okay, I'm trying.
Well, number one, it's laying face down in the water. It's floating visibly.
Can I flip it?
Yeah.
Can I roll it?
Yeah. I mean, you feel
Why
when,
do you want to do
when you
that?
flip it over, yeah, the eyes are all bulging
Yeah.
out. There's little baby crabs that have been going, eating its tongue out of his
Yeah.
mouth. And
It's the one pointing anywhere. Or is
it still wants to go to the back corner of the room.
Okay, I take you.
That way, yeah.
Okay. And do we want to cast light?
Well, since there's anybody up. Yes.
Yeah, because you two can't see the dark. That's what we have to have.
Yes.
But there was no reaction from the corpse when you flipped it over. And by bloated, I mean it's absorbed a lot of
Okay.
water. That's why it was so difficult for you to flip it over. It's like twice as heavy as it should be.
Yeah. Okay.
And chunks come off.
Not picking it. Not picking its pocket. What? Can I tell what race it is?
Make me a medicine roll.
Hey, baby, roll the dice for me.
D20.
Yeah, roll that one for me.
3.
Oh, great. Investigation. Okay, so yeah.
No medicine.
Oh, medicine. So 6.
6. You're pretty sure it's human. The ears they've been kind of chewed off, but they don't look like they're super long and pointy.
Okay.
But like I said, it's bloated up. One thing you do notice is that it has been stabbed multiple times in the back.
Okay.
So, yes, on light.
And it's definitely been
Yes.
like.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Well, fuck, at that point, I'm just going to put light on my wall.
Gotcha.
So, easiest thing for me to reach. So, now
So-
there's light. Now everyone can see.
So you know that the charge is expended now,
Alright.
and you know that the back south. What's the left hand
Can I get
side?
a compass
South
somewhere?
east.
Which
Oh,
direction
sure.
is what?
Yeah.
You say south, and I'm like,
Which
ah.
one?
Yeah, it's north just according to like which way you're facing.
No,
Yeah.
according to the map. Blueberries.
So if we can get a compass, that would be wonderful. Okay.
So this is north. So the southwest corner is where it
Where I'm
said
standing,
where it was
basically,
pointing,
yeah.
one pointing directly at.
This spot's something telling. Yes.
I'm not even going to move it.
Take a look at this wall.
I like bend down so you can like better like.
My mover thing.
Oh yes. Where'd you put it?
You took it? Yes, you did.
Oh, I did take it.
I know you took it.
It's pie time.
Yes.
Cheesecake. There's no wrong answer to that question. We have pie and cheesecake, huh? I saw.
You know?
I'm gonna take a look at that.
I do.
Okay, make me the investigation check.
So, with the pumpkin cheesecake, it's split layer. So the bottom layer is regular cheesecake, top layer is pumpkin.
23.
20. Oh God.
And it's made
It
with
is
a,
another secret door. It is designed. You basically just press one stone, and you hear a click, or it will unlock it. With that type of investigation roll, it doesn't seem to be trapped, and it's designed to slide into the wall. So it's not. It shouldn't. Unless the room on the other side's flooded. You know what happened?
Yep. The arm. Whenever I get up, the arm is down, but when I get up, it like lifts. So it hits the
Oh,
table
gotcha.
and-
Pop the table for the most part. All right. So yes, but even if there's more water, it's still gonna open.
Where?
So what are you gonna do?
Now I really want to try it.
You want me to get you a piece of cheesecake, baby?
Yeah.
You want me to get you a piece of cheesecake?
No, but there's a good point though. There's water in here. Opening that might bring more water in.
so let's not.
Oh, we could.
But there could be treasure.
All more water and bloated humans.
I mean,
Here's the fence. He was dead. Everyone knows they're bloating and death.
we do it.
Alright,
What do
screw
you
it.
say?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so you open the door.
I guess we're
gonna-
gonna.
We're taking a boat. Hold on, we're taking a boat.
Let's do it.
Are you okay?
Sure.
All
Do,
right.
do you need me to be ready to slam the door shut just in case?
I would also need
Yes.
them all ready.
Yes.
Well, do you want me to slam the door or do you want me to have them all?
Do it fun.
Yes.
I'm gonna really slam the door shut just in case we need to.
Thank you.
Got it. Doors slamming shut in case need to. Do you hit the button? They hit the rock. The door slides almost effortlessly. On the other side of the door, there's about the same height level of water. A little water rushes in, but not much. And yes, this cheesecake is effing amazing.
Yay!
Your
Online
diabetic
recipe.
has to have it.
I have a very small piece that I'll have multiple times. But anyway, as you walk into the room, you can see the room.
Where is that on our map?
Oh,
It's not.
Or is it the other side?
it's the other side. So that corner, it goes in that other portion right there.
Okay.
Oh, it just hops to the other
Yes.
side.
Hops into the other side.
Okay.
There should be a quarter there. I just didn't draw it.
If you want to
Um,
move people.
Yeah.
So in this room, there is, it's same area. As you come around the corner and get into the bigger, wider area over there, you can see down the way that there is a post. Looks like a wooden post, and it looks almost like it's newer, like it's been put in there on purpose. But you can see that down the hallway. In this room, that looks like it's the remains of what might have been some kind of small vestibule or chapel area, because there's remains of benches in this room, but they've been sitting in water so long that they're just destroyed. And there's something farther back in that other room, but that angular room, but you can't see all the way into that.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna keep on moving? So this, like I said, that room right there, that's like a little cathedral area, and it's partially collapsed at the back.
Is there anything,
To the
I guess, in particular in this area that, like, stands out?
No, just the fact that it was some
What's
kind of
some-
meeting room.
Okay. You said kind of like a cathedral, though?
Well, it's kind of arranged with pews on either side, like little 5 foot pews, but it's very, very small.
Are there any, like, holy symbols, anything like that?
There's not even an altar.
Okay.
So it may have been stripped out and they just left the benches. Who knows?
And then I assume we continue?
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
So-
Yeah,
I guess
ew, this room's-
So in this room, 3 wooden beams brace the ceiling of this flooded chamber, which features which features a stone altar covered with entrails in the northeast corner. Hanging on the wall above the altar is a 3-foot-tall steel mask cast in the form of a frowning human skull. Anyone can make me a religion check.
I should not be the one that does that.
Can we all do it? Or-
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay.
No, you're fired.
Guidance or anything?
I mean, it wouldn't matter for me. Guidance somebody else before they say
You
they're
can
not.
guide it to him, I already rolled.
Guidance. Guidance.
19.
19. This is a very common representation of Baal.
Oh, good.
Oh.
The leering skull of Baal.
That sucks.
And if that's the case, those entrails on the altar are probably human.
Oh.
So what you going to do?
1, did no skulls could frown. 2, that's a skull to ball.
Oh, shit. Oh. Isn't that the mother gold or something?
I think they're all motor gods.
Remember, he's one of the dead 3.
Yes. So it looks like we're in the right place, which is...
Are we supposed to be meeting Rose, or was she just supposed to give us...
No, that she didn't swap the information.
Gotcha.
We're supposed to root out this cult, and I think we're on the right track.
I'm gonna put this in the fridge so it solidifies again.
Okay,
Because it's a little mushy.
that's okay. It's deliciously mushy.
It is.
Yes, so I do believe we are on the right track to finding...
Onward.
Yes. Let's go. Is there anything else in this room that we can see?
Nope.
Okay.
So you head down around the corner, down that short little 5-foot corridor. Now there is that alcove right there, that angled nook right there.
Uh-huh.
In the angled nook, at the back of the nook, kind of dangling in the murky water, there is a tapestry. It's mainly been destroyed by mold and and mildew, but it depicts a grisly scene of 4 faceless figures ripping apart a 5th figure who is screaming.
Lovely.
Should we take that with us, or?
No, I would not touch that. Let's not.
Hey, can we go to the skull real quick?
Yeah. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go back to. I would carry it back to the skull.
Where's that
I just
at?
want to look at the skull.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in that room. Yeah.
It's a big one.
It's 4 foot.
Yeah,
And it's metal. It's heavy.
I'm not
Okay.
picking it up. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
that
it.
doesn't. You make me an investigation roll.
19.
It's not supremely well crafted, but it's decently well crafted. It is definitely made with some kind of reverence. Like this is meant to be a religious object, but at the same time, there's nothing really special about it. It's just a piece of art decorating an altar.
Gotcha. There's no maker's mark anywhere.
Right? No.
Gotcha.
Anything interesting?
It's big skull.
Oh.
That's really it. Sorry. That's
I'm
right.
glad I could see that.
That,
She's glad she could see that. I'm glad she could see that. We're all glad she could see that.
Right.
Onward.
Forward. Whichever way forward is.
Yes, so we're gonna go down the hallway and to the left. So the water ends then,
Where?
right? Right, see that?
Gotcha. I see it.
Are we going through this way or are we going
Well,
through this way?
the at the end of that little narrow way off
That's
the
where
point,
the
that's where the
tapestry
tapestry
is.
is.
Did we just peek behind the tapestry real quick?
No one did.
Peek behind the tapestry.
Okay, so we're taking
Who's
that.
gonna peek beyond the tapestry?
I'm on the shoulders, Lewis.
We will peek.
We will do it.
Yeah, so
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
peek.
1, 2, 3, peek. Hang on 1 second. I didn't know why I took this down a minute ago, but I need to bring this back up. There we go. So, you just basically pull the tapestry abound. You didn't really investigate anything like that. Okay, there's nothing behind the tapestry. Okay, it is basically just a tattered, really torn up tapestry. But one of the things you did not notice as you were moving it is part of the fungi that is growing all over the tapestry is yellow mold. So I need you all to make, who's within 20 feet? Oh, everybody. I need everyone to make con saves.
Ah, 21.
That's good.
Holy shit, what am I doing? 8. I like to point out I have
You
a plus
definitely
6.
failed.
I like to point out I have a plus 6. Yeah.
I have a +1.
Plus 3.
Plus 4. I have the toughest one here.
I did not pass.
What'd you roll?
5.
I'm trying to remember what yellow mold does.
Closest, like.
Because all I know, it releases spores,
It's gonna be
and I
like,
think...
Oh, that's yellow mold.
No, I think it's really, really fucking bad. It's in the DMG. Let me look up the DMG.
It is.
It is really bad. It's like it infects you, and it can turn you into yellow mold.
What?
If it kills you, you become yellow mold.
So I'm going to go ahead and start my new character now.
Metal.
There's so much
Great start,
water.
guys.
There's a leak down here.
Yeah.
Where is the freaking yellow mold?
On the tapestry.
Yes, it is on the tapestry. Monsters list.
I will say, according to D&D Beyond, it says you can go to Dungeon Hazards in Chapter 5 of the DMG to find yellow
Thank you
mold.
very much. I was in appendix. Chapter 5.
Yep. That's all it tells me, though.
Where is your DMG?
Way over there in the other room.
It's a good place for it.
Yeah, it's probably in that bag right there that I was looking at.
Thank you. I got it from my ex's mom when I first started my job as a teacher. Nice. Yeah. It's nice. It's unfortunately not well taken care of.
We did the thing. We ended up turning them.
Brown mold. Here it is. Yellow mold. Ew. Okay, what did you roll? It's actually dexterity, not con. What did you roll for dex save?
Okay. Dex? Well, I'm better with Dex, so.
What was your total?
Ah, shit. Hold on.
Dex, not con.
Oh, 24.
7?
7. Okay, you still failed.
Yeah.
Worse.
Okay.
24.
Bazillion D.
20.
Okay. Those of you who passed the saving throw take 5 points of poison damage. As when you move it aside, the yellow mold disperses spore everywhere. Those of you who failed take 11 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned for a full minute.
Ew.
Not very long.
Can you check that off anywhere on here?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Add active conditions.
There it is. Okay, so I am poisoned. There you go. There you go. Just finish on attack rolls and ability checks. Awesome.
Yeah, it's bad.
Awesome.
All right, so I've got the timer on. You've only got a minute. So as long as you don't go into combat, you're fine.
Okay.
It'll fade quick. So, but you all feel like shit. And there's like a yellow cloud is everywhere. So, directly behind you, and that wiggling up where the blue line is, there's stairs going up
Okay.
that get you out of the muck and the filth. The stairs end in a very odd-shaped chamber. There is a door to the north, a door to the west, and a door to the south. There is no door from the way you came.
Okay, so there's a door here going to the north, even though it's not drawn.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. There should be a door there. I apologize.
Okay.
So what are you going to... Now, let me read the actual description of the room. Because this is on the east door. The face on this door bears a carving of Bane. It's same depiction of Bane. Oh no, that was Ball. I'm sorry. Of Bane on the front of the door. He is pictured as an armored man wearing a bucket helmet. His right gauntlet is painted black and clutches a set of shackles. The north door bears the carving of Baal, the chaotic evil god of murder. He is depicted as a powerfully built, skull-headed man with long curved blades where his hands should be. The south door bears a carving of Mirkul, the Nutrieval Lord of Bones. He is portrayed as a cloaked figure whose face is hidden under a cowl. In his skeletal hands, he clutches a screaming human skull.
Oh, good.
Those are your choices.
So those are all.
So murder.
So
No murder, or death.
Right.
so of all of the three bads, which one do we want to explore first?
I say south.
South?
The man says south. What does the lady say?
I'm okay with south
South's fine with me.
All right.
for now.
I'm just along
You just
for the
walk
ride.
through the door.
Would you like us to go first?
Nope, I'm gonna check the door. Trust.
You pop another charge, or you just gonna investigate?
Would you like us to go first since you're
Yeah, I've got
investigating?
thieves' tool proficiency, so I'll pull those out too.
You've got light on,
It's not
so.
gonna
Until my minute.
Just because we're finding anything, but yeah, I'm gonna investigate.
Investigate. Go for it.
A 17.
It does not seem to be trapped. It also doesn't seem to be locked. The door here is made of wood. All the doors are made of wood, but with all the moisture in the air, and the doors are obviously very old, they're swollen and soft. You can literally pull chunks out of the door with your fingers. It's all spongy and nasty.
I'm gonna reach into my bag of holding and pull out like a knife from like my wood carving tools.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna poke a hole through the door and just peek through.
Okay. On the other side of the door, there is a 5-foot long hallway, about 5 feet wide, and it obviously opens up into a much larger room. This room, you can see that lying on the floor of the otherwise empty room are pale bodies of 3 humans in filthy black robes arranged in a triangular formation. There is a lit torch that lies between them. There is but you can't see the rest of it. Yeah, but that's it. That's what you can see.
I just start.
That's in this room right here?
Yep.
So, some sort of spell or something going on.
Maybe
They're just laying there. They're not.
But they're like in a formation.
It could have been a ritual. Could have been a sacrifice.
Right.
Do we
And
want
they're dead?
I don't know, we should go poke him with the stick.
I mean,
Do we want to open the door?
Does anyone ever?
No.
Well, I don't know how you're feeling. I'm not feeling like
Shit.
this.
I mean, we can wait around for a moment.
You're starting to feel better, aren't you?
You want like an orange slice or maybe some water?
One slice, sip of water.
Has the minute worn off yet?
Yep.
Is it
Actually just did.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, never mind. I feel
That's
better.
how fast the minute goes.
Yeah, I'm feeling okay now.
You're feeling better. You don't feel okay. You just don't not suffering the effects.
Yeah.
You still feel like shit.
You're not poisoned anymore.
Yeah. I can try it.
Are we still down 11 hit points?
Oh god.
Yes.
That stays.
Oh, okay. Lovely.
Well, I'm gonna open the door.
Huh?
Open the door.
Open the door. Bodies don't move. They're just saying, laying there.
Okay.
Start walking in.
I'm gonna peek in. I'm not gonna go into the room. I'm gonna stay in that hallway. I'm gonna go into the hallway. I'm gonna peek in and kind of like peek
Around the corner.
around the corner.
All right, around the corner.
Hands in pockets.
There is a rough-hewn staircase that leads down to another torchlit chamber below it.
Shall we? Okay, let's go. So we're gonna step in.
Stop. Initiative.
No.
Look what you just did.
I didn't do what she did.
I didn't do what she
There's
did.
no, oh, I would peek down. There's no water here.
Yeah, there's no water there. Are
Still on your shoulder.
they still up there? I'm not coming down.
I might actually need to change up my dice.
All right. Uh-oh.
I just rolled a 3. I'm not rolled above a 10 on mine.
Wasted on initiative.
20. 20.
All right. Now I know what they are.
Let's try it. Let's see. Will this one behave? No. That also rolled a 3.
Rolling threes.
Yes.
Something different.
Would you like one of mine?
I mean, I've got 2 other sets of dice in there too. I just, I'm being stubborn. No, good. I'm stubborn.
You gonna try and force those dice to work for you?
Tame that die.
They will learn.
They will learn who their master is. All right. So the bodies jump up.
Oh, good.
Each one of them is holding or was apparently like laying on / covering up in their robes, a flail.
Oh,
Lovely.
They all leap to their feet and they're just going straight to attack.
okay.
I'm just going to use some. And they're basically just laying into the first person who walked all the way into the room.
That was me. Well, it doesn't pop on my shoulders. Can I use my movement to get him off my shoulders? Or can he use is that
He can use his own movement if he wants to.
but you're on my shoulders. Is that gonna like affect me?
All right, so they have a grand total of. Okay, let's do it. Let me get my sheet out for initiative. Yeah. All right. So, Britt, what's your character's name?
Maeve.
Maeve, that's right. And what's your initiative order?
4.
4. Rachel, your character's name is Nim.
Nim.
And character's initiative?
23.
Jesus God. Zimpop.
17.
Not on random, just like see which one works. 16, 17.
Jessica, what's your character's name?
Colin.
Colin. How you spell that?
CAWYN.
I just want to make sure. I thought it was an E in there. And her initiative?
25.
Jesus God. Draw a natural 20 on her initiative?
So did I.
And I have pluses.
How
Well,
do you
yeah.
have plus 5 from initiative to
I
initiative?
have I have dexes and I took a feat.
Nice.
And then there
you
is.
have the, was it not observant, it's the other one.
Yeah.
And then they are on.
Huh?
Well-
Or, yeah.
And they going on 10. Alright, so on 25, Colin.
You're on my shoulder.
Heal 9.
Oh, okay.
What'd you do?
I healed her 9.
With what? You have to say, oh, thank you very much. Mark off the Cure Wound spell.
I am.
Alright. Alright, are you going to jump off her shoulders, staying up on her shoulders?
Can you put me down? I'm not jumping that distance.
Can I set her down?
It's actually not even 5 feet. It's perfectly. Even though you're a halfling only 2 feet tall, there is a rule for falling. Anything beyond 6 feet is where you roll damage.
And I am not 6 feet tall.
Yes. So you can freely get down from her shoulders.
I am just shy.
All right. Where are you going? Let's put your mini out. Where are you going to be? You're going to be in the. You're going to stay in the room, or are you going to? Okay. You're staying behind her.
Yes.
Got it.
Where I am hidden because I'm a halfling.
You still have to roll stealth, and you already used an action. So, but you can hide behind her. That's what the rule is.
Yes.
All right. So, that is going to be. So that's your entire turn then.
Yes, it is.
All right. So next is Nim.
Okay, I'm going to.
I don't know where Zimpump is yet. So
He's on her shoulder.
Well, I know.
On my shoulder.
I'm just saying he's in the nebulous until I know where to put his
Gotcha.
So how does that work with him on my shoulders? Like, how are you doing this with like?
Like, can she move as normal? Or?
I will give you an interaction, which is free, to put him down.
Don't. I'm enjoying this time together.
You can put him behind you in the hallway if you want
But
to.
Just put me down a little bit.
off. Okay.
That's a cool backflip.
So is it in the hallway?
Yeah, he's right behind me.
All right. So you put Zimpot down. That's a free interaction.
Okay.
So what are you using? You have your staff?
Yes. So I'm going to grab my staff, and I'm going to wallop the one over there.
All right.
And I'm
Roll
actually
to
I'm going
hit.
to step out of the. No, I'm going to.
If you step directly forward, you'll get no AOPs, but you'll everyone's
So I'm
step.
going to step directly forward, just so everybody else can get into the room.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to. I can disengage after the blows. Wallop the guy with the that's closest to you.
Got it.
With my quarterstaff. No. What?
You can't do both.
What?
What do you mean?
Flurry and disengage.
I can. That's part of my drunken.
Master.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drunken Master's not.
That's cool.
A miss.
What'd you roll?
An 8.
What'd your total?
An 8.
Yeah, an 8.
Okay.
She rolled a 3.
An 8. Yeah. But so then bonus action, I'm going to unarmed strike.
I always remember, zombies attack AC is an 8. Never assume you'll miss when you roll an 8.
That's fair. These aren't zombies.
So that is a 12.
Hits.
Hits?
Yay!
No. So I'm going to. Can I go ahead since I can do flurry of blows because like I.
First roll your damage.
Okay. So that's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to basically. I mean, can I just?
You just make one more attack roll.
Okay.
Because that was one of your first flurry of blow attack, right?
Yeah. And I miss.
All right.
But can I, even though I miss, can I still use the disengage of the Drunken Master?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to disengage and step.
Step off to the side.
Yeah, step off to the side that way.
There.
Can I? Yeah. Yes.
You use disengage. You can freely move through all their attack zones. You can go anywhere you want.
Okay, that's right. I just couldn't remember.
All right. So as you walk into that room, you die. Just kidding.
What? I didn't walk into the room yet. I'm in the hallway.
You're in the hallway, but you can see clearly into the room.
Yes, I can.
This is just really in passing, but I'm going to let you know basically what you can tell is in there.
Mm-hmm.
This looks to be a crypt chamber, and it's partially collapsed.
Wonderful.
Quick question as far as moving through allies. Are you doing it by the book where it counts as difficult terrain?
Yes,
or?
it is.
Okay.
So it's half movement.
Okay.
That's why we don't have very far to go.
No, I just wanted to
Yeah.
check because I've had some DMs say no, you can't move through them at all.
Yeah.
No,
So
it is
I wanted
half.
to check.
Yeah. It's clearly spelled out in the DMG. I know. Hi. So, not for you. So that was, so calling Nim. After Nim is, actually, Zimpop.
Zimpop will tug his head, and the top of his top hat will pop open.
Uh-huh.
The little cat face will pop up,
A little cat face will pop up.
and a 15-foot cone.
Oh, you were in the perfect spot.
To handle.
Yeah, it's going to
So-
flood the room. And she's just barely out of it.
So deck saves.
Dex saves, 3 dex saves.
As a burst of fire comes out.
Oh, nice!
Is this basically your version of Burning Hands?
Uh-huh.
I think I stepped into the hallway.
I love it.
It's warm. It's warm in here.
You did do damage to one, right?
Yes, it's the one that's nearest.
How many points did you do to him?
4.
4? Okay, he's still up, yeah. Alright, so, holy shit.
14 on
So the
fail.
one who's damaged, saved, because he rolled a 16 on the die.
Okay, well, he
The other
takes
2
half.
failed.
Okay, so it takes half.
How much does he take?
Total's 14,
Half is 7. He's down. They're all down.
Oh.
You just like they just crumple. They are horribly burnt. Some of them are still laying there twitching. Skin's all crackled. Their robes are burnt to their bodies. Very stubborn. But yeah, that just like wipes the room.
Oof. Oh my, it stinks now. Oh.
Now the first thing you notice is that where their skin still shows, they are scarred. Like they've ritually been cutting on themselves.
Lovely.
Is there anything like if I peek into the collapsed room, is there anything of interest that I see in there?
If you peek in the classroom, you won't see anything of interest.
Nice.
If you want to go in and actively look, you have to walk into the room and look.
Okay, I'm gonna step into the room.
Okay. So make me an investigation roll. After you make me 7 saving throws.
Oh wait, so we're not.
Just kidding.
So we're not in
What?
initiative anymore.
Huh?
Are we in
No, you killed them all.
Okay. Can I check their bodies real quick?
Yes, absolutely.
What was
Yeah.
that roll? Stop. What was that roll?
It was an investigation roll.
11.
11? Okay. Let me check and see because there is.
And that's 18 for the pockets. Whenever you're ready.
Gotcha. Holy shit! All right, yeah, they're in the crypt. There are 3 tomes wrapped in leather. They are basically been hidden in here, but it's obvious they were not hidden in here very well. They were just like they pushed the lid off, they shoved them in there, and they closed the lid up. The back half of the room is partially submerged in water too.
Okay.
Like the water's leaking in through the rubble.
Right. Yeah. There.
But you see, there's 3 large books. And then what are you doing? You're looking through the pockets?
Yeah. It's 18.
Go ahead. Rachel, what are you going to ask?
What are the books?
You start looking through them?
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
have
no,
any-
I don't open them. I don't open them.
They're very large books.
No title, no nothing on them?
I'm
gonna-
Zip pop.
Just a second. Looking through bottom pockets.
Do you want me to come in?
It stinks.
There's books.
Why is it smelly?
Yeah,
Hang on,
you
don't
know.
touch those books.
Not touching books.
You take your hands off the books. You're just fine.
I totally wasn't touching
Alright.
the books.
They don't have anything on them other than their skull flails and their personal the money they have on them. All total, they have 10 gold between them. It's like 10 gold and 3 silver.
These flails, like, would they be like? They're like. They have like a definite look to them, like they have skulls like on them. I will take one of those and put it in my bag of holding just as.
To identify later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have any identifying markings, like something stitched into their cloaks, or tattoo, or something that looks like would be? Because you said they were ritually cut, so I'm wondering if there's any other ritualistic thing that would indicate perhaps who they worship or what they're
Actually, make me you can make me a religion roll.
Did you come into the room with us? Or are you still out in the...
10.
10.
Yeah.
They are ritually cut on, and that is not
working on it.
a
I
thing
have
of
to roll
Bane
over it.
or Ball. But the expression of pain is sometimes given as a worship to Merkul.
Okay.
So
Alright, so-
there might be acolytes of Merkul.
Okay.
About those books.
You go look in the where
Yeah.
she left the books.
I'm going to reach to my little alchemist kit and pull out some gloves real quick.
Okay. Are you gonna? She didn't investigate the area. She just opened the books. I mean, she didn't investigate the books.
Yeah.
I mean, I would look.
Did you tell him that you already picked up the books and were moving them around?
I might have touched the books. They were there, and they're books, and I didn't immediately think that they may have been magical, and so I might have touched them just a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit.
21.
They are not trapped. They are. You start like opening up, looking through them.
Yeah.
They are 3 complete spellbooks. No damage. They've been wrapped in oiled leather, and they're meant to be kept safe.
I'm going to save one of them though. I'm going to drop it into my bag of holding and then I'm immediately try to summon it back out.
Comes right back up.
Alright, good. And I double check each one as it goes in
Mhm.
just to
They
make
go
sure I
in.
didn't lose any.
Okay.
And
Now, there is some distinctions in each one.
oh, okay.
One is bound in red leather. One is bound in a cheap leather, but it does have like a rune, which seems is probably the original symbol of the original caster who wrote it on the cover. And the other one is bound in a scaly black reptile hide.
Oh, yummy.
But you've all seen spellbooks before. These are definitely spellbooks.
Yeah.
This none of you can read what any of it says unless you can. But you just can't cast out of it. Well, if you cast out of it, it's like casting a scroll, you'll burn the page up.
Wahahaha.
But you can probably identify the spells in it.
Yeah. I can.
Do you want to let her see it so you can see the spells in it? Or?
I mean, if we could just get back to the end, I could
Yeah.
really just cast identify on it and I can
Yeah.
figure out
We can do it later.
Oh, you can cast
Yeah.
identify?
Mhm.
Ah, got it.
We can do that later. I think we should keep moving.
Yeah, I agree.
And away from
All
the
right.
bodies that might get back up again.
Guys, I can try. And I tap my hand.
So
All
where
right.
are we
So there's no
Put the thing back
other
where
way
it
out
came
of this
from, so help
area.
me.
There's no other way out of this area.
Button it meows.
Okay, so we go back out into the circular.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all of us back out into the little enclave.
And then the back the way you came, of course. Well, the way you came originally into this area. So you've already been. So there's only the north door, and then there's the west door, east door. Sorry, east door.
Yeah, she was in here. We haven't gone anywhere.
We haven't
yet.
opened that door yet.
Yeah, we haven't gone anywhere yet.
Where to now?
I'll double check that door for
The east
for
door.
traps.
East door.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
13.
It is not trapped, and it's in the same condition as the other door.
Cool. I do the same thing. I take it on the other knife and I poke the whole thing.
There is a long corridor that goes down, and you can see that about 20 feet down, it goes down a flight of stairs. And then you can see that another 10 feet down from that, it goes down another flight of stairs, but because it goes down another flight of stairs, it
Yeah,
takes
yeah,
out of your
yeah.
field of vision.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So this is descending again, going this direction.
And I open the door.
So like I said, it's a 20, 30, 40, 50, about a 60-foot long corridor, but it descends twice. As you go down the first set of steps, you can see on the bottom of the second set of steps, there's that shitty, nasty water again.
It's in up on shoulders.
And
I'm gonna do the toddler thing.
I'm gonna move the little ones to the nebulous wherever until we actually decide where they're sitting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right,
Do
so
you guys want to be? Do you two want to be in front, or do you want me and her up front? I have lights still going.
and you can see at the bottom of the stairs that the corridor ends 10 feet up past the bottom of the stairs and goes directly to the right.
Okay, I'm gonna step into the water.
And we peek again.
Now,
around the corner.
this room is partially lit. The eastern part of this room is unlit, flooded and braced with floor-to-the-ceiling wooden beams. Rough-hewn steps rise out of the murky water in the western portion of the room, which is dry and lit by 2 torches in sconces that flank a stone altar. Shackled to the wall behind the altar is a sickly man in a loincloth with a burlap sack over his head. An alcove in the north wall contains a freestanding suit of plate mail armor missing its helm. Standing before the altar are 2 grim figures. A powerfully built woman clutching a mace, and an even bigger man wearing a bucket helm. The helm man...
Wait. Where is
Because we're in this little room right here.
We're looking at right here.
Is this something here?
Like, where is this altar supposed to be?
Yeah.
Okay, we can't see that yet.
Oh, I thought she said she came in the room.
No.
Oh, she stepped in the water. I'm sorry.
All right.
Well,
now
you can see the glow.
Yeah.
You see the glow from here.
Yeah, now we go like there.
Yeah.
Right.
From here you can see it easily.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you see that this is the area. The altar's up here. The guy's chained behind the altar. The altar's like right here. In fact, I should have drawn it in.
And there are people standing.
Yeah, and there's one person here and one person there.
Okay, where's the other
Right, let's
person?
just use these guys. This one is the one with the bucket helm, and this one is the powerfully built woman.
Okay.
Do they seem to see us?
They are. I was about to read that.
Okay.
They're both turned to face toward the prisoner, and the guy with the bucket helm has a spear, and he is like just jabbing and gouging on him.
Ew.
It doesn't look like he's trying to kill him. It just looks like for no reason he's just inflicting pain.
I have a hand. I put one hand on one of my hand axes.
I can tell.
Both figures are clad in chainmail. The woman carries a wooden shield with a leering skull painted on it.
How far can I throw a hand axe?
You can throw a hand axe
20,
20
60.
feet.
Yeah.
20, 60.
Okay, we're all going to at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Hand axe.
No.
No? What are you doing?
That's why I said on my go.
Because he's doing a thing.
Oh, you're doing a thing. Okay, well then,
Okay.
are we not doing our thing?
You are, but I'm saying that's why I said on my go, so that way it doesn't go like that. It
Oh,
goes
oh.
first.
So he's going to do his thing,
Okay.
and then we are going to throw, I'm going to throw a dart.
So is Zimpop getting down off your shoulders to do his thing?
Does he have to?
What are you doing? Because remember, up until that blue line, it's 2 foot deep water.
Yeah, he's on my shoulders.
Okay, then you know what? Then I will go ahead and get down then.
Remember, it's difficult terrain for you and for her.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like it down back here?
Actually,
Where do you like it down at?
actually no. I'll stand on your shoulders because yeah, that difficult terrain is going to put me in a serious bind because I already have limited movement speed anyways.
And you do see the tunnel going off to the east and the tunnel going to the south, but these two people are right here in front of you. And like I said, they're busy.
I'm holding on.
Those two people need to make me dexterity saving throws and casting fairy fire.
Fairy fire.
Because you guys.
So when he does that,
And that will start initiative.
Okay.
What's the DC?
14.
They both fail.
They both are lit up and they have advantage.
I also realized I think I screwed something up. Do I have advantage on what's it called? Do I have advantage on it?
Finish your sentence.
I can't think of initiative. I don't remember if I have advantage on initiative yet. I know I get it at some point. I don't think I
I
have
don't
it
think
yet.
you have it at 4th level.
Okay. Not yet. Okay. I couldn't remember.
I mean, if anything, it would be in future traits.
Rage, unhungered, reckless attack, danger sense. That's for saving throws. Okay, yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Not
that's
yet,
really
says the
sick.
nice lady.
7? Oh shit. Okay. So then,
Not yet, says the
So
nice
both fails
lady.
attacks with advantage.
okay, I'm gonna read it.
so that is, for my dart, that is a 21. I'm going for,
But I thought we were rolling initiative.
We're
well,
rolling-
we don't make a surprise attack after.
when he does the aggressive thing, that starts initiative because they get lit up. They know that something's happening.
Okay,
I got
so
you.
we're waiting for him.
Well, will we get a surprise round?
I will make because he's gesturing, casting spells.
Because that's
purple
like basically
somatic.
his movement was triggering our.
His action was true. Yeah. So
Oh shit! No, you get a surprise round.
cool.
Okay.
So we got
I was just looking to see if they heard you like casting and anything like that.
Okay.
So I fling a dart at the bulky woman there.
We still have to roll initiative because basically all surprise round does is
they're
you
surprised.
get they don't do for their action. Their action is surprised.
Yeah.
So we're just rolling initiative first.
Yes.
Can I hold the attack roll?
Yes,
that I-
absolutely. You may keep that attack roll. May, what's your initiative?
My initiative was an 8.
Neem.
I'm
No problem. Zimpop.
20.
Colin.
26. I have
You
plus
can't.
2 initiative.
How do you have +8 to initiative?
Because she's got the alert feat.
Oh yeah, fuck.
We just had that conversation.
No, yeah, no. I was like, no, 26 is so fucking high. But then I was like, how the fuck can
With,
you
yeah,
go?
with alert you get like
Okay,
a plus.
Yeah.
I rolled an 18. I have +5, and I have +3 because I have a dex of 16.
Yeah.
So
Fucking crazy.
yeah.
She always gets to go
I
first.
got a 7.
7. And they have 2 separate initiatives. And she has a 6. Haha. And he has an 11. All right,
Will
so
go after me.
yeah. Colin, you go very, 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 very first.
Yeah, I caught that.
We're gonna count Zim Pops out of order.
Okay, so that
Because he started
already
it.
happened.
Yeah,
okay.
he started
That's
it.
what I was gonna ask.
So now we're bonus round.
Yes.
Yeah, all your stuff's gonna happen. They're gonna get no reaction to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I twin a cantrip?
Yes, absolutely. If you can spend the sorcery points for it, you can twin it.
Ruby.
What cantrip are you twinning?
Did he already hit one?
No, it's very fire.
The
So
fair
you have
fire.
advantage.
You have advantage on ranged attacks or attacks, basically. So what are you casting?
Chill touch. I'm doing
Chill touch?
erratic
Ghost touch
on
at a
both of
distance.
them.
Huh?
Is that spooky ghost touch at a distance?
And it's an attack roll, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Advantage.
I just left.
First attack.
It's not chill.
Or is it touch?
It's necromancy.
I rolled a 13 and I have +6.
So that definitely hits her.
That'd be a 19.
I'm putting the first attack on her just to keep it
Which one?
in order in my head. The bulk of
should be this side over here.
Okay, so that is going to be how much damage, baby?
Yes, I know, I'm just giving them out, dude. 2.
Damage is damage. All right, and then on him, roll the attack with advantage.
Natural 20.
Oh shit! So double the damage, double the dice.
7, 8, 9.
9, so 9 damage on him.
Necrotic.
And yes, and they do not regenerate any hit points.
Wahaha.
All right, so and that is on your turn. Remember, spend your sorcery point. Are you going to move at all? Because you do get to move, but remember, jumping off the shoulders puts you in the water, and that's
No,
difficult
I'm
terrain.
still holding on to her.
Gotcha. So your movement action is basically just to hang on.
Yes.
All right, so
Yes, it is.
after Cowan is Zimpop,
Okay.
and you did your thing. You cast. We did that out of order. Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
So Fairy Fire is off, and then we're going to do.
I will say, so I still get my full turn order, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you choose to move or bonus action, you can do it now.
Yeah, so because I cast this spell, I can change the type of cannon on my hat, so it's going from a flamethrower to an actual cannon,
Okay.
because I spent a spell slot. And then it is a bonus action to activate the cannon,
Okay.
so I'm going to take a shot at the big woman over there.
Nice. Big woman it is.
That's nice. Fairy fire cannon.
A 14 to hit.
On her.
She's wearing use of chain.
No, she misses. You misses.
Okay, cool. And then I will hop off of her shoulders because I need to maintain concentration for very fire.
Smacked her in the face.
I'm sorry. I'm just.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the water.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Are you gonna? You can still move half speed in the water if you want to. If you want to move somewhere else, or you can stay behind them. Well, your choice.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
don't
Just
imagine I actually weigh that.
Basically, 10 feet is all you got.
hop over here then.
Gotcha.
That's it.
All right, no problem. You do now have hard cover though because you're behind that corner.
Yeah.
All right, so that was on Zimpop. After Zimpop comes the big guy.
But he's surprised.
Yeah, he's surprised. So that's his action. After Tim goes, I do believe, Maeve.
Cool. Alright, moving up in range. So, 10, 15, 20.
You're within 20 feet right now.
Yeah.
If you're just gonna throw axes.
That's the bigger, yeah. And throw an axe at. Which one's gonna hit more?
The chick, the one, the purple spider thing.
Okay.
Quick question: are you raging?
Bonus action rage, thank
There you
you.
go. Hi, here to help.
Thank you, because I forget a lot. Okay.
We haven't played a barbarian that often, so.
Alright. So then I'm going to throw a hand axe.
Yeet the hand axe.
I'm just making sure she
Yeah.
doesn't eat the meat.
Oh yeah, you're still on my shoulders. Oh, don't fall off.
I told you I was holding on.
+4, so that is an 18.
I'm telling you that basically is your movement action for the most part. 18 to hit?
Yes.
Hits?
Yes.
You're throwing at her, right?
Yeah.
Chick? Yeah.
Alright, so then it's a d6 oh wait, so it's a d6 for the hand axe, and then it's a d6 plus 2 radiant damage as well,
Jesus.
because of my scourge thing, I think. No, divine fury. It's because, not because I'm scourged.
Because you're a barbarian.
Yeah. Okay.
You're a mad barbarian.
Okay. So the hand axe itself only does 3 points of damage. And the radiant damage is 7 points.
Plus 2 from your rage.
Does it?
Rage gives you an extra plus 2 damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep. So it's 9
9
points.
points of radiant damage then.
And then what's the other damage? The basic damage?
It was only 3 points.
So 3 and 9. So that's 12 points of damage total.
Yeah.
Shit.
You roll on the radiant die?
I rolled a 5 on the radiant die. I get plus 2. Not from rage, but I get plus 2.
Yeah, I was
plus
just
half
double
on
checking.
Okay. But I didn't know that the rage damage would. Well, no, I got that on this die.
No, that's on the radiant.
I think you
I
told
had
the
the
damage
plus 2 to the
down.
axe already.
Okay, so take 2 off of that
Did
then.
you add your strength modifier to it? You said you only rolled a 3 for that.
Shit, yeah. I fucked that up.
That's why.
That's why. Okay, so then yeah. So the number still stays the same because I fucked up.
Done.
Because
Yeah, I was like that.
Done,
Yeah,
done,
no.
and done.
It's a low number.
That was a rough one.
All right, so that was on. No problem. That was on Maeve's turn, and
Yeah.
Nim is next.
Yep, so I flung my dart to the woman, and that was 7 points of damage because you said I could keep my attack.
Yes, ma'am.
My attack. What? No, I'm not rolling right now. I already rolled.
To the
So
woman,
that was 7,
you said?
Yeah, to the woman, that was 7 points of damage. Is there anything?
Okay. Ah, fuck.
So like movement.
Yeah. Are you,
I'm off your shoulders.
okay. Do you need that room clear?
You can't have a discussion during combat.
Okay. Well, I'll move.
Just
I'll just step in. I'll step in.
All right.
I'll step in.
No problem.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Because I got a 40-foot walking speed, so.
Got it. So that was on Nim's turn, and then the last one is the last cultist, or the last person, and their action is to be surprised. So we go at the top of the round, which is Colin.
you're on my shoulders.
I am.
You are going to be quite close to these fuckers very soon.
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
That's just
I feel like you'll be able to tell that I'm running in to base them. So
Yeah, well, okay, if I drop off in the water,
you're gonna just sink.
so I'm waiting until you get out of the water, and then I'm gonna drop back.
That's fair.
Because I don't want to get in this nasty ass water
That's fair.
because this is really freaking gross.
We need to go back to the bathhouse after this.
No joke. Just seriously, man, straight out.
Any
magic people
have prestidigitation?
Actually, I was gonna do Toll the Dead. That would be a wisdom saving throw.
Nice.
On which one?
Guess who can twin?
You gonna do them both?
Yeah.
All right. So for her, wisdom saving throw. She rolled an 11. Plus 1's 12. So I think that failed.
Yep.
On him, oh, he rolled an 18 on the die. So he passes.
Fine,
She
then,
fails.
Be that way.
D12.
D12.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
There, she's injured.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. 5.
She freaking crumples. She goes down in a heap. All right, so he's still up. That was on. I'm assuming, Colin, that you're not going to move.
Your movement's still to hold on to
Hold
me.
on, you're still. Got,
I'm
are
still
you?
holding on to her until
Okay.
she gets out of the water because I am not dropping in that water. Kiss my
Okay,
ass.
got it. No problem. Understood.
That's not gonna
So that
happen.
was on Colin's turn. Next is Zimpop.
See, brother?
I can't get myself.
Swim.
Didn't you drop over here?
No, then he moved.
Oh,
He moved on purpose.
I'm gonna hold my action to fire my cannon if he comes within line of sight.
All right. So if he moves forward in the line of sight, you're doing that. You're gonna kill the hell out of him. All right. So that was on Zimpop's turn. Whole hold action is called. Now it is.
I can't hold the action because it's a bonus action use. So
Never mind.
Oh shit! You can't do a bonus action on a turn.
yeah. I will sit here and stand pretty, and I will hold my action to shock and grasp anything that gets close to me.
All right. All right. So that is on the Zimpop's turn. Now we're on to her turn. She's dead. Or she's down, I should say. And then after her is Maeve.
Pulling the maul off my shoulder.
All right.
As I run up.
All right.
Drop back.
Well, she can't drop until her turn.
Yeah.
You can't hold a move action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then rolling with advantage because fairy fire's still going.
Yes, ma'am.
That is with them all 18 plus 5. I think I hit.
Yes. 18 plus 5 would hit just about anything.
You might have.
All right. 2d6 plus 5 because raging. So that is 4. So 9 points from them all.
Ouch.
And 6 points from Radiant.
So that's a grand total of 15 points of damage. Frack. He bellows in pain. Jeez Louise. He's like messed up.
This isn't my friend Luck, is it?
Huh?
This isn't
No.
my friend.
No, it's not. Alright, so you're that was on her turn, on May's turn. Nim.
Oh, is it my turn already?
Yep.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I will. This is a difficult terrain for me.
Not
so
for you.
like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. Get up there. Hello, love. And then whack him with my with my staff. No. Oh, and I get advantage. Thank God, I needed that. That is 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay, and then because it's D8 when I'm double handing it, right?
Yes, it is.
So it's 5 points of damage,
Got it.
and then I'm going to release the quarterstaff with one hand and just like.
Martial arts attack.
Mhm.
Make the roll.
Is it still advantage?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, and that is another 24.
Hits.
So then, so that's 7 points of damage.
Jesus.
And then I'm going to flurry of blows to do the second one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Do math, make sure you're still up.
No, he's still up. He's
Okay,
Ow.
that's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And
Ow.
that is 5 more points of damage.
5 more points of damage. So, yeah, he's still up. God
But he
damn.
hurts, right?
Oh, yeah, and every point of his body hurts. All right, so that was on Nim's turn, and now it's his turn. On his action, he says, Blessed of Bane, aid us now. And the statue, the pseudo armor without a helmet, it shakes violently, and the gloves fly off.
Where's the suit of armor?
It's in that little nook right there beside
okay,
you.
with the little star.
Yes.
Okay.
I need a little mini to represent this. Okay.
Wait, what'd you say?
The suit of armor that's in that little nook right there, the arms just, the hands just flew off.
Oh.
Because he prayed to his god.
And they instantly attack you.
Prayer
Me?
work.
Yeah, you do it close.
Yeah.
Look at touch. And they're basically they just turn into mailed fists and they start popping at you. All right, so I need to roll the attack. It's basically the same functions as a flying sword.
Okay, so it's gonna be slashing damage?
It's actually gonna be bludgeoning and
Okay,
slashing.
I mean, it doesn't actually matter. It's half
Yeah.
for me anyway if he hits.
Alrighty, so attack roll is plus what? 3. So it misses. 7. It misses completely with a 7. He also that's a free action for him.
And then he's gonna probably try to hit me.
Yeah, and he's gonna try and whack you.
And I hit him hard.
Go May.
He has multi attack, so he's gonna try and stab you with the spear. And what's his plus with the spear? So an 18 hits, I assume.
Yeah.
And does 12 hit you?
No.
Okay. So he's using the spear two-handed. And so it's 10 points of piercing damage from the spear.
5.
Yeah. And that is the end of his turn.
Okay. Colin. I will say, if you jump off my shoulders, you're gonna have to jump diagonally off my shoulder. Oh no, you can stay in my spot. I forgot.
She can choose to enter and move it in her spot.
I forgot you can stay in my spot if you wanted to. I forgot.
Yeah.
So where are you gonna go?
It's a little crowded in here.
Oh, shit.
You're never gonna get line of sight.
What size is this flying
Why did you
spear?
get the fist?
Oh,
I don't
the
know.
flying spear, although its base is medium, counts. The flying gauntlets count as small, so her rule does not count to them. She cannot occupy the same space as them. She has to. It's a medium or larger creature. She can occupy the same space of.
So,
I know it's a weird,
So
fucking,
that's bizarre.
it's weird mechanics.
Junior.
Yes,
right here.
yes, you may.
Cool.
So you just
Yeah. Can you shove me way over there? There we go. That's where I'm going to. Bloop.
Okay, you're adjacent to the gloves now, right?
I am.
Okay, all right. So what are you going to do after you bloop?
I was gonna tell the dude that was praying.
Okay. Roll your attack roll.
It's so cramped in there.
I know. Roll your attack roll.
Is it still with advantage?
Yes, it is. He can't get rid of that freaking effect. So.
Does does it count? Is it a straight roll because the gauntlets are right next to her? She has somebody within melee range.
Oh, because it's a ranged attack.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is a straight roll.
That's straight roll.
1d20, yeah.
Only one dude.
So re-roll roll 1d20.
That's a better roll.
There you go. Sometimes it works out.
Yeah. Sometimes
So you
it
did
does.
Toll the Dead on him?
Yes.
What's the total?
What? I'm sorry. No. Because told the dead is a attack roll.
Oh, it's a wisdom saving throw. My sorry.
Yeah. You roll it.
My bad. Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
So nothing happens.
Pretty much. Yeah. Nothing.
Cantrips or saber suck.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so that is on Colin's turn. So now it is over to Zim Pop.
And the only thing I could do is bonus action healing word on you.
You did do a cantrip. You can healing word her if you like. You gonna roll it?
I'm good. You don't need to worry about me.
Oh,
Not
okay,
yet.
cool.
Yeah, save it for now.
I will save it.
I will pull out my light crossbow and I will shoot the gauntlets.
Roll to hit.
A 17 to hit.
I think that hits them. Yes. Gauntlets have stupid high AC.
I want to be sure that my right is all healed. and
6
everything,
points of
so-
piercing damage. Is it
You-
still up?
Yes. Oh yeah, they're still.
Yeah, cool. Then I bonus action fire off my hand.
That's bad. At the gauntlets,
Yeah.
it doesn't do an area effect, right? Just like a gun.
Yeah, no, it's an attack roll. Yeah, it's just a single. That's a 17 hit.
Hits.
That is 9 points of force damage.
So that's 15 total. It's still floating there.
Cool.
Ouch.
See my turn?
Huh?
See my turn?
Alrighty. After Zimpop comes, that it would be actually it's over to Maeve now because the other lady's dead.
Cool. Alright. Bonus action on bucket helmet. Or not bucket, because you know what I mean.
Yes,
Fucking-
bucket
Yeah,
head.
it's still up.
Yeah. Hitting him with 18.
Hits.
I can't fucking find anything. Yeah. Okay. So then 2d6 plus 5, so that is